It's Friday night, time to get your nerd on. We got Mr. Know-It-All, the Salty Trekker and Danny Dorkknight. Are y'all ready? Aight, here we go. If you're looking for me, you know where to find me. Cause tonight is going down. On Friday night, we have Nerdfights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have Nerdfights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have Nerdfights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have Nerdfights. It's on tonight.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nerdfights. I am your host, Mr. Know-It-All. Joining me, as always, is the true captain of this starship, Salty Trekker, Sir Hello. And, of course, Danny Dorkknight, taking it back to the old school, brother. How's everybody doing? What's going on, guys?
Well, you know, true story.
This pause is killing me.
A lot of people don't realize that in that intro that you so brilliantly put together, there is one shot that is not made by AI, and that, of course, is Danny crying.
It's real. No, absolutely. Killing me. Oh, my gosh.
Credit where credit is due, you know.
That's right. So what do you guys, anybody seen anything good this week?
I watched the latest episode of Fallout.
Sure. Yeah, I did too.
That was pretty all right. I've been tearing through Burn.
That was pretty all right. I love it.
Blacklist. I've been burning through Blacklist. I'm almost to the final season. I'm like 3/4 of the way through season 7 right now. So yeah. Anything else new? No, I was gonna see Mercy, but there's a miscommunication, so I didn't. But it sounds like it's a good thing I didn't.
Well, I saw Mercy.
Got a couple gigs. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I got a couple
awesome.
gigs, so that was good. So got some work, paid some bills, did some fun stuff. What about you, Salty?
That's
I
good.
didn't see Mercy.
Well,
I didn't see a Mercy.
I was, because Danny doesn't like that I talk about stuff in detail. So I figured that rather than actually talk about the movie in any detail, I just recreated the entire film. And so I'm very proud of my efforts here. And you guys are going to be the first to see it. And so it is now. I'm sharing it so that you can put it up there anytime you're ready, Mr. Know-It-All. And
I intend to demonstrate beyond 0.5% of a doubt that these humans before us are guilty of the crime of being humans. Come to think of it, I rest my case.
Thank you, prosecutor. I will now consider the evidence.
Hey, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. He froze up again.
What'd they call those old Macs they had at elementary
The
school?
Mackie
I find the defendants guilty.
the end.
It sounds about right, man.
That is the entire movie. The AI.
We should put our little spoiler sticker up there somewhere if you're gonna
You
start
should
talking
put
about
the
Mercy.
spoilers.
No, I was telling this Mr. Know-It-All, and in all seriousness, I won't go play by play through the plot. It's if you've seen the trailer, you kind of get the feel for how the movie feels, how it plays out. It's a combination of Chris Pratt on a green screen with a found footage movie, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Until it is.
Well, and it gets into some deep concepts that I was really getting into. Like I love deep cuts, high concept sci-fi. I really like the idea of asking about the implications of not necessarily silly fantasy AI that comes to life like we see in stuff, but what about, since an AI is basically just an algorithmic system that can pull data from anywhere real fast and all that, what if you had a judiciary system that could utilize AI to access every piece of digital information that there was?
Oh no.
And are you okay, Danny?
My camera just crapped out. Keep going. I'll fix it.
Did the AI shut you down?
I guess so. Yeah.
So, and so they're asking these questions because on the one hand, you think, oh man, invasion of privacy and all these problems with things like the pesky Constitution and stuff like that. But on the other hand, having these tools at their disposal makes it so they can crack the case. Makes it so that things, the bad guys burn at the end because they use these
Spoilers, big time
systems.
spoilers, in case you didn't know.
Well, I mean, come on, it's Chris Pratt. Do you really think he's going down?
Oh, real. That's real.
So, and so overall, and hopefully, I don't know, is Danny okay?
Three Preacher says entire AIs have been trained on videos of Danny crying.
Yeah, yes, that is true.
That's probably pretty fair. That's fair.
It's Danny GPT, where you put in any question and it just cries at you.
I do think it's funny. You start talking about AI, and then my camera was like, nope.
So, but here's the thing. So they go through this whole thing, these deep questions about the ethics of using AI to that kind of level. And then at the end, the AI magically comes to life. And I was just like, okay, I'm out.
What?
Yeah. And the thing is like, kind of like I'm sure some of the stuff we're going to talk about when we get to Starfleet Academy, it's just out of left field. There's no reason for the AI to come to life. Through the entire movie, it's just behaving according to its algorithm. And then at the end, basically, it's like, oh no, AI, please don't do this. Please break your programming. And the AI is like, oh, I can't do okay. And then it does it, And it's like,
there you go. That has been brought to you by
yeah.
He asked real quick question from the audience that I thought was worth pointing out. Salty, is that a model of the Galactica on the back?
Yes, there is a Battlestar Galactica right there.
Showing some
and notice, actually, if you look carefully, it's sitting on top of the box set of the Battlestar Galactica series.
Nice. Which one? Which series?
Well, it's funny because it's the reboot series, but it's the OG Galactica sitting on top of it.
Okay,
So
right on.
a little of each.
So, Salty, if you're finished, what would you? Did you already put this on your critic list?
Not yet. I'm really torn on giving it a grade because here, like I said, I really, even though, okay, let me make this clear. This is not a major motion picture. I don't know what the budget was for this movie, but if the budget of this movie was more than $3 million, that's just entirely Chris Pratt's salary. Anything more than $3 million they spent was just on Chris Pratt.
It's real. Super real.
Well, and what's her name that plays the AI? I forgot her.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, so Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson.
Who she's straight up slumming it in that biker suit with her hair slicked back. I'm like,
she is so. I mean, because her entire thing is, I am the AI and I am the judge.
Okay, it was $60 million.
$60 million.
She still manages to pull off smug in a way that I'm like, what?
I will tell you straight up now, and again, didn't hate the movie, but I could make. In fact, I guarantee you that if me and Mr. Know-It-All actually, wanted to do it, we could make a movie of this caliber or better for under $1 million.
I mean, but I'll take the extra if y'all just, whatever.
I mean, okay. So I'll say this: $1 million plus Chris Pratt. So
yeah,
if I gotta put a star in it.
No, that's real.
But honestly, the visual effects I could do entirely on my own. There's really no. Well, there's one cool effect where they take a Kawasaki police motorcycle and then they put like drone blades on it so they fly around with it, which is kind of cool. I thought that was cool. But when they have this big car chase and the truck, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game. The visual effects are just crap.
Nice.
Wow.
And
So
that's not what it's about.
So the score, you're undecided on the score?
I would say undecided, but I'm leaning towards like maybe a high 6 to 7.
So since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and drop my thoughts too real fast.
Yeah.
Short version.
If you want his long version, check out his review.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. But at the end of the day, this was a super safe version of this movie that wanted to live in the rafters with like Minority Report, but didn't want to actually commit to any of that. And
Right.
then as you're watching this kind of rolling toward the story they're giving you, the whole thing. I wasn't even going to talk about the AI coming to life of it all, which is fine. That doesn't bother me. It's the fact that it all comes down to a fist fight. And I'm like, what happened? What's going on? Who got to the deadline and was like, oh crap, they have a fist fight? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Well, but I will
anyway,
say
so I
this.
was whatever.
So in fairness, there's basically, you know, obviously, if you've seen the trailer, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Chris Pratt was framed, right? That's you know that from the very beginning. Now there are moments where I'm like, dang, maybe he did do it, because you know, I'll be honest. So Danny, this may hit a little too close to home for you, but the guy is a alcoholic who keeps relapsing, and he blacked out when his wife was killed.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how they got him. They got it. That old nugget.
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I
yeah.
say.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I never killed anybody, but I've done some really
Are you
effed up
sure?
stuff.
Would you
Well,
know?
I mean, there's that. I mean, well, you don't know.
Yeah.
But Mr. Know-It-All. So, do you plan on? I know you reviewed it on your channel, and I do encourage everybody to check it out. Are you going to put it on Critic List? And if so, what do you think your score will be?
Yeah, no, I will. I'll put on critic. I'll go like 45% or 50%.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it's. So it sounds like. I'm glad I
It's
didn't
just
see
it
it.
never pushes itself to be anything more
It's-
than that. 'Cause, by the way, it's functional.
Yeah.
It does it checks all the boxes, does all the things. The VFX don't look bad for what they are. The acting, they're doing the best they can with the material they have. This movie does nothing to try to challenge itself, its thesis, or anything that it's trying to put out into the world. And
Even
I'm
though
like,
it had all the pieces there to do it.
Did you see it in 3D, Salty?
Yes.
You did.
Better
How
than
was the use of?
Avatar.
Oh, whatever. I set myself up for that. Well,
No,
hey guys.
actually, no. I will say this: the 3D is, you know, because again, this movie having a budget more than $3 million is amazing. But
Yeah,
the 3D was I'll say novel use of 3D, because if you've seen the trailer, you know that he's
you
in
got
this
the yeah.
hologram room where you
Right.
have all these screens popping up around him and stuff, and that's what they really push with the 3D.
Okay.
And
oh,
so those
right on.
yeah, so that actually feels like a nice use of 3D. It's not so much that, like, there are, you can, if you look for it, you can kind of see that there are scenes that are just shot in 3D or converted. I don't know which it was done, but the real good 3D effects is just that hologram room. The fact that all the things that are floating around him feel like they're floating around him.
Right on. Well,
so-
hey, I have been. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I'm here to kind of help keep us on track. And I think this would be a great time, if it's okay with you, Mr. Know-It-All, for you to kind of look through for the chat check, and I can show everybody the new Salty shirt.
love
So
that shirt.
if that's okay.
I
So
love that
everybody, the link is pinned on my channel. If it's not on the other channels, it's simply nerdfightshop.com. So there are 2 S's. And when you go there, you can see we have a new shirt that's been added for our man Salty Trekker, and it is with a grain of salt. You can get it
Yeah.
in multiple colors, sizes from extra small to 5XL. Lots of color choices here. All
As
you gotta
long as
do-
you're small.
Dude, he
Hey,
makes
now.
the best shill in the world.
Yeah,
I
so
love
we've
you,
got the black, we've got gray,
We got the blacks.
I'm not going there. Anyway, so yeah, so check it out. Like, so let's say I want to get what color were you trying to get, Salty, so I can rub it in your face?
Red.
This one
Yeah,
here?
That's
add
fine.
red
Man.
to it. That's good.
Okay, so this is antique cherry red. It's kind of got a heathery effect to it. I am unfortunately a 2X. I used to be a 1X. Oh, look at that. I got to pay a little extra too, Salty. So once you go above extra large, they do go up.
Yeah,
a
try
couple
getting in my
dollars.
size.
Well, I'm trying to show people how to purchase it successfully. So then you'll see that it gets added to the cart. You just click
great.
view your cart, and then you can
good.
simply proceed to checkout, and it will be delivered to you. And if
And the
you, I
AI
tell you,
goes, "We're
and I
sorry."
tell you what, if you get this shirt and you and you take a picture and share it with us, like tag us on Twitter or something. I used to do this back on the show back in the day. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that part. I will reach out to you. I will DM you, and I will send you a fun care package because I still have a bunch of those left over
Just say,
from
and
last year.
if he still owes you stuff, let us know that too.
Yeah, I know there is somebody out there I do owe something to, and I apologize. This was at the end of my last stint of sobriety, and then I fell off the wagon. I
And
made it about
hold,
5.5
on.
months. This time I'm almost at 8. A few days will be 8 months.
But Danny, I got to say, Stan, yes to both questions.
Oh well, and now, Mr. Know-It-All, are you ready?
Wait. Question number 1: will it help me get laid?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
I believe the answer unequivocally has to be yes.
Yes, and we'll do the chicks dig, of course.
I mean, women love salt. Come on.
Right here, hello. Here's a woman, and she says she likes it.
Oh, look at that.
I think we should ignore her name. I think we should agree with whatever she says.
Don't pay attention to the man.
I'll
behind
just
the
say
curtain.
this, of all the people in this room, who's been married for 32 years? Oh yeah, this guy.
Nice.
And
blink twice if okay. No, sorry. All right. No, it's good. No, we're good. So what was I know that so right now in the chat there's several things happening. One, right, everyone's asking about both the Motu trailer and also Starfleet Academy. And so
the Mochi trailer.
I saw a couple of Mercy.
Motu, sorry, that's Masters
of the Universe.
Oh, please. You guys even have a stupid name for it. Oh.
Yeah, of course they do. Come on.
Of course. What's wrong with you?
Why don't you just call it He-Man?
So here's one that's related to what we just talked about before we move on. Street Preacher, who's just coming in hot with the comments today. AI becomes sentient because it learned to love Chris Pratt.
That is 100% correct. Yes,
I believe that's exactly the case because
And he says it looks like the Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie. I did not watch that because
oh my gosh, Street Preacher. That, and I don't know if you said that because I said something about that. That was my. I went into this with such. I was like,
it is way better.
No, and clearly, but still, it's like, oh, don't be that.
And those were the only comments that had to do with Mercy. So
although I will say it has a similar kind of look to it, but at the same time, this was well executed for that. War of the Worlds wasn't. So this was actually until the AI magically comes to life. This was actually a decent movie to me.
No, and that's fair. And again, I've been saying, it's extraordinarily functional. You're gonna enjoy it, but it doesn't bring anything new to this conversation.
If they had actually gotten deeper into the core question of the ethics of it, rather than AI magically comes to life and everybody lives happily ever after, I think it would have been better.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hey, Robert Rose says hello tonight, guys. He's to all of us. And last
shalom, Robert.
Everyone have their snowshoes on.
Shit, yeah, I'm actually 65 where I'm at.
I'm in the freeze zone, so we're supposed to get like 1.5 inches to 3 inches of ice.
Yeah, we're gonna get killed tomorrow. It's not.
Wow.
There's a significant chance that we're gonna be out of power for days.
That's a bummer. It is unseasonably hot in Vegas. Yeah, and she complains that it's cold. It's like you can see. I'm gonna have to take my jacket off here in a minute. I got the window open and everything, and I'm still. It's just hot.
It's gonna be. I think the high on Monday is like 1 or 2.
Oh my God! Yeah, I don't miss that about the East Coast at all.
So, who's had an opportunity? Have we all seen the Masters of the Universe trailer?
Oh God, like 100 times.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get some first impressions or do your hot take or whatever. Salty, you first.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Danny. Well, let me just say this. Unlike Danny and Mr. Know-It-All, I do not have the nostalgia of Masters of the Universe because I was a little older than them when it came out.
It's kind of like me and SpongeBob. I missed the SpongeBob train. You missed the He-Man train. That's fine.
Right. Yeah. And so I will, I will grant you that if you have nostalgic feelings about He-Man, that's a whole different thing. But I personally was unimpressed. I think that the at least from what they showed of it, the CG was like okay, it was a little better than Mercy, but it wasn't impressive. Like the what's the name of the tiger? You know,
Well, Cringer
Cringer.
slash Battle Cat.
yeah, but so
Yeah.
Battle Cat looked like I'll give it a PlayStation 4 level character, you know,
Sure.
and and Castle
Those
Grayskull,
VFX hold up on PlayStation.
and Castle Grayskull looked very. I was very disappointed by Castle Grayskull. I gotta say,
Come on,
the exterior shot.
Grayskull! Bro.
I thought,
We even got the shot where he's up in there, and you see the lightning coming off, and for a
you
second,
see,
the
wait, wait, wait!
camera
Everything
and
you're
I'm like,
saying is
and I'm like,
nostalgia.
and I'm like,
Everything
I
you're talking about
know,
is
I
nostalgia.
know.
Okay, so if I may, I
All
did
know
put
is
it in
this.
the.
No, hang on. And when you see that shot, the fact is, someone went to the team and said, "Okay, you see this frame from the cartoon? We want to make sure we recreate that frame. But we
okay.
want to do it faithfully and
Yes,
make it
dude.
look dope."
The
Which is
lightning
That is
bolts.
what they
I
did.
would,
Coming
I
off
would,
of it,
hold
oh
on,
man,
hold on. You were asking for my
so
hot
good,
take.
so good.
So I also think that the sword. I don't know what's the name of his sword. Does it have a name?
No, just the sword of He-Man.
It's
Okay,
the sword
so-
of like the sword of power. I
It's
believe.
Grayskull. I think it's a sword of Grayskull, isn't it?
I think it's the sword of power.
Yeah.
Okay, sword of power.
Okay,
So
but
we do
anyway,
sword of
the
power.
sword looked like plastic to me, and
Man, I thought it looked so metal, literally. Maybe a little
no,
tinfoil.
I thought it looked like a piece of plastic.
Well,
Now,
see, here's. May I say something about the sword though? You know, at the end of the trailer, when he swings the sword, and instead of cutting the guy in half, it was just like it knocks him by. What I noticed is the sword is thick and it's not sharp to a point on the edges really until you get to the top. It's kind of like
Yeah.
thicker
right?
and
Well,
more
that's
blunt.
typical of that size. I mean, because that sword is a
Here we
crappy
go.
design.
Come
I
on.
mean, like if you're talking about a practical weapon, it's a crappy design. But for a sword of that size, that is more typical. They're not meant to be like fine edged, Ginsu knives.
Right.
They're not katanas. They are blunt force weapons.
Did you put this up already? Because I agree with this man right here.
Yeah,
No,
you
right
know
on.
what? You could. I know you loved it. Okay, then
Sorry. I'll
some
shut up.
some
Go
of us actually watched it. So
and one of us watched it about 100 times. So go ahead.
I think that Adam having the he/him pronouns was stupid.
Come on, man! It's a play on He-Man. He slash.
Yeah, I know what it is, but
Modern
you know what?
culture stuff.
Here's the problem.
They're making fun of it.
Hold on. I get that it was just a joke, right? And that it was just ha ha ha. Look, him, he man, get it. But it's also something that to me it pulls me out.
Sorry.
It pulls me out immediately because I start thinking, oh man, all the Fandom Menace guys are going to have a field day with that one.
Oh,
right?
they have.
And I'm sure they have. And that's because that's what they like to talk about. Is they're the woke police.
I don't think you can take the comment down that way, Danny.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
Hey,
it's
if you want
true.
to join us, buddy, and talk your smack to my face, but we'll wait till Star Trek. You can wait till Star Trek.
So,
It might explain why I got into wrestling because I started watching
I
He-Man
also,
when I was like
I also
4.
think Skeletor.
Oh, jeez.
The close up of Skeletor's face, I thought looked all right.
Oh, that looked dope.
But every other shot.
Dude, he
But
looked
other than
cool.
that, I was not particularly impressed. I did like
Who
the.
hurt you?
I'm sorry. I'm
right?
just telling how I see it. Will I go see it? Absolutely. Is it like, ooh, now this is one of my most anticipated films of the year? No. It doesn't even come close to Spider-Man or Doomsday as far as anticipation levels. So, but I'm sure you guys will. It's a movie for you guys. It's not a movie for me.
Which
No, that's real. That's real. That's
Yeah.
real. I'll go with that. Go ahead, brother. You're next.
Okay, so
Try not to fellatiate too much.
Okay, so here's the thing. I actually do feel like this movie was made for me and my generation of like they better not even try to like I because Gen Xers hate the so when I saw the he him thing, I didn't roll my eyes like I normally would when I see it like on LinkedIn or whatever. I was like I immediately got the joke and I laughed at it because Gen Xers hate that shit. They hate the he, him, she, they, whatever stuff. We hate that shit. So I thought that was stuff. Sorry. So I thought that was funny. I really do like the fact it's kind of first of all, the director's the same director who did Bumblebee, and I loved Bumblebee. That's might be my favorite of the Transformers movies.
I would say that's the best of the Transformers.
Yeah. So and to your point, I took a note here while you were saying of the CGI. It is very common that these first trailers do not have the full finished special effects. Orko is not in this trailer for a reason. Cringer better look better in the movie because that was. I mean, well, I watched it at 20 at point like at quarter speed,
Danny,
probably at least 15 times.
Hold on, Danny. You're going to hate me in a second.
Yeah.
I saw it on the big screen today in 3D.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, that's enough reason, baby.
How did it look? How did it look in 3D?
So I can see the trailer.
How did it look in 3D?
Honestly, the 3D looked converted. I don't know, but the 3D could be very early. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like this is a problem, and honestly, Danny, you touched on it. This is a problem with heavy special effects films, which almost every film nowadays is a heavy special effects film. A big problem with heavy special effects films is that you're releasing trailers with incomplete special effects. That's a mistake. I think that because if the idea of the trailer, look, it's not to sell it to you guys. You guys are going to go see it. It's to sell it to someone like me who maybe I like this kind of movie, but I'm not a big He-Man fan. They're the ones that the trailer has to get.
Can we get Penny under control, please?
I know my mom. Hey, that's probably why she got me into He-Man.
Man.
She was probably in the background watching all these oiled up bodies.
Like, she was back there. Well, like, Daddy was watching He-Man. She's like, "Oh man, he is something else."
That would explain why my mom was so skinny and hot when I was a child. She probably did do a lot of cocaine.
Whoa! Did you just say your mom was hot?
Wow. Objectively, other people. She's my mother, so I think she's. I think she's
getting weird now.
I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world. She's my mother. But
I think we should change his name to the Oedipus Knight.
Oh, whatever.
Says, well, almost all 3D movies are converted. That's true to a point. They actually are. There's many nowadays that are going in with the opposite in mind, with the intention of I want this to be done in 3D. So they establish the VFX in such a way that it's ready. The conversion.
I can't remember
extraction.
To be fair, there's such a thing. There's 3D conversion, and then there's movies that look like 3D conversion. That's my point. This look like 3D conversion?
So, like, one of the Resident Evil movies, I can't remember the name of it, was actually shot and made specifically for 3D. And it was, while the movie was terrible, the 3D was actually quite brilliant. It was just stunning. I can't remember which one it was, but it was the one that was shot.
You could say that for all the Avatar movies.
Well, no, because the Avatar movie. Anyway, I'm not taking that bait. So back to the trailer, since you got to talk your piece. So I do like So something I always hated about the '80s movie with Dolph Lundgren is we never saw Prince Adam, we never saw the transformation, and then instead of it being on Eternia, it took place on Earth, and I hated that.
Oh, you mean like this one?
No, this one. I like what they did. They start on Eternia. They send Adam as a child, like he's Kal-El, to Earth to protect him because Skeletor has taken over Eternia. And then they also send the sword away with him because they don't want Skeletor to get the sword of power because then he'll never be able to be beaten because he'll take. That was the whole thing. It was a whole thing in the cartoon. Skeletor's always trying to get the sword.
Yeah, I know, but Dan, we don't, and this is a problem with trailers like this because it's very early on, first thing we've seen. We don't know how much of this movie is on Earth and how much of this movie is
I'm
on
telling
Eternia.
you, the
And
first act is on Earth.
Hang on.
wait. We see in the trailer multiple characters on Earth.
So if I could, well, is that what you were going to say, Mr. Know-It-All?
No, I was just going to say. So what was the first thing is, but we also don't not know these things either. So I
Right.
think speculation at this stage, this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This
Yeah.
is why the trailers are.
Well,
there.
I
So,
know,
so
but
this is okay. Yeah. So this is just like my opinion because it's supposed to be my
Yeah.
hot take. If
Yeah.
I
well,
may.
no, but I get that. But
Hey, when you're done, War has a question. But go on.
Okay, so I'll try to be. So anyway, so it looks like once Adam's roughly 22, 23, 24, 20, 5, something like that, early 20s, he finally finds the sword of power on Earth.
30, whatever.
And the act of finding that triggers like because I've done a lot of I've done a big deep dive. I've seen all the behind the scenes photos they got
and
out.
he cries when he sees.
So no,
the
so he
sword.
gets.
That's why you
finds the
like him
sword.
because he cries.
Well, Adam was a sensitive guy. What can I say? At least he's not wearing tights, So he finds the sword, and it sends a beacon back to Eternia, which gets Tila, and Skeletor sends his minions, and that's why you see Beast Man on top of that car on the highway in the trailer, and he looks great, by the way. That Beast Man looks
But
so
everything
good.
you're saying is raw speculation.
Okay, that's fine.
Well,
I'm just going off of what the story,
but
the
it's just as
trailer
valid
told
as
me.
I'm
your
just trying to
thought on
stick
it.
to what they actually show.
So then they show Tila taking Adam back to Eternia with the sword, where Man at Arms gives him the pep talk to use the sword, protect the people, or whatever he says.
You mean Black in Arms? Is that
No. It's
I'm just
color
going
swap
there
doesn't
now.
bother me.
Mr. Noda, hold on. I
I'm just
looked
going
it
there
up.
now because everyone
no,
else
no,
has
no.
been trying to go there.
I looked it up just because I wanted to double check. That's not Man at Arms. That character is the Man at Arms.
And
No, that's true because because other people are the Man at Arms. The Man at Arms is the chief of security for the king.
Yeah, Danny, you're being way
Dan,
too
you don't have to read
serious
you don't have to read the wiki. We know.
I'm not reading the wiki. I have the box
He
set.
is
I've
the
watched the
wiki.
cartoon like so many times. So
Lori Loaded asked a real question. Just watch the commercial. Has He-Man always had like spaceships? I never really watched
Yes.
it, but don't remember spaceships. Yeah. That was always
They
part of
have.
it. It was what is that? That like fantasy futurism?
Correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong, though. They weren't really spaceships. They were just futuristic vehicles that flew.
But
They're both.
powered by
Like they
always
never
thought they
went
were
to
powered by
space,
men.
did they?
No, I don't think so. I think they could, but they never did or anything. I don't know. Whatever.
I just
Well,
say that's.
anyways,
I actually do dig the casting of Idris Elba. Just to go ahead and jump there.
I do too.
Otherwise, I
The-
feel like if I don't jump
Look,
in, Danny's going to be talking about his opinion of the movie.
Idris Elba is the Black Pedro Pascal. But
I just want to get
that's
through
good.
the trailer, and I'm almost done. So then Adam.
Hold on.
finally,
Are you telling us the trailer?
No. This is supposed to be a reaction, so I'm just trying to remember it, like kind of beat by beat.
Reaction? You're such
Yeah.
a weird.
I know. Sorry. So we get to see Spikor. We get dude. So I paused it on Evil, and I didn't know if you were going to show any pictures or
No,
not.
go
But
ahead.
she looks great. Other than she's got blonde hair, that I don't like. Okay, like why do you have blonde hair, Evelyn? That's not.
Oh, really?
that's
So
not
you're
cool.
okay with Man at Arms being black, but you're upset because they changed the hair color of Evil Lynn.
Yes, exactly. You got it right, exactly. So, anyways, so then we see Skeletor. Skeletor looks amazing. Skeletor looks amazing, just beautiful. And then we get to see the epic scene. I have the power, and it looks just like it does in the cartoon. Also looks just like it does on a T-shirt that's also available on nerdfightshop.com. Check it out. We'll show you it later. And I just love the ending of the trailer. See, Laura, there you go. And I'm done. That was the whole trailer. Boom.
I
comes
know.
out.
The thing is, Danny, that was the
June.
boring thing part of what we've just done, but that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm done. I'll pass the
I'm
baton to you, sir.
You're good. I just I think it's great. I'm a kid of the 80s. Sorry. I really am sorry. I thought we were emotionally telling like how we felt about the thing, not necessarily retelling everybody what they can go watch. That's the
Fair
part
enough.
that I'm like, bro, like seriously.
I was just excited to
I
about
know,
everything.
but you brought
in it.
it to a screeching halt.
I
almost.
and I already said my points on like I think the special effects aren't finished yet. That's why Orko's not in the trailer, and I think Battle
Right,
Cat
but
doesn't
I'm
look as
just
good.
judging
but-
what we actually see.
yeah, and you have no emotional childhood connection to it like I do, so I'm
Right.
predisposed to being sold on it already. Like I'm seeing this, I'm gonna try to get a preview screening of it. Like I'm gonna reach out to my old contacts and see what I can do because like I really want to see this movie as soon as possible. Mr. Noto.
He says, I never cared about He-Man. Yeah, brother, I hear you. That's okay.
That's fair.
Half naked guys with laser guns isn't for everybody. Fair enough.
And I never cared about Yu-Gi-Oh, so whatever.
But all right, let's go on to Star Trek.
Okay, so wait.
Do you want to do a chat check, or did we pretty much keep up with it?
There's something that must happen before we can talk about this episode of Starfleet Academy.
Oh, that's right.
I
We have to
believe
beam
Mr.
someone in.
Know-It-All is about to apologize.
Oh,
Why am I apologizing?
why?
You don't remember?
I know. So for what was it?
Everybody got on me.
Right. Everyone got on you because you said that because you called Genesis Live the slutty one.
No, not that.
No. That's right. We got on you because you called what's her face an angry lesbian.
Yes.
Right.
And
Jet
what do we-
Reno. Jet Reno. The character Jet Reno.
Yes. And what do we find out this episode?
She is not, but her partner is, because she actually says as much
Okay.
to Caleb.
Okay, so she's a grumpy lesbian. We'll put it.
You're such a dork. This is where is Laura? Where are you? I need you here, bro. We're talking Star Trek finally. So get where's your
Danny
invite?
Buzz?
It's the same link. It never changes. Give me a second. I'll send it.
Yeah, just save it.
Well, while he's doing that, I think since we just finished talking, so you didn't have anything else to add on your own. You think we're good? We're done with all the He-Man stuff, right?
You guys took more than enough time for it. Let's go.
Yeah, you
Fair enough. So,
fellatiated it enough.
if you are interested in supporting the channel and you too are a He-Man fan, I'm trying to kill time for Laura to get here, you can go to nerdfightshop.com. You can check out the Masters of the Universe inspired Star Wars poster mashup tee. You can get it in all sorts of sizes from extra small to 5XL in a multitude of colors. It's pretty cool. It takes the original Star Wars poster and replaces Luke Skywalker with He-Man, Leia with Tila, so on and so forth.
With barbarians of unspeakable origin.
With the Masters of the Universe.
Okay,
So yeah,
literally trying not to get us in trouble, but that's fine.
check us out. Thank you. Whoops. We did it at the same time. My bad.
Oh, what's up?
I got you, brother. I got you.
What's up, Lore?
Not much. So you wanted him to apologize to you because you were derogatory about the sexual orientation.
I did not.
Hey, welcome to the show, Lore.
Hold on.
No, he was describing Laura Falk.
I was
Not-
not being derogatory. I was pointing out her demographic and nothing more.
Her demographic.
Oh.
That's the best obfuscation I have seen.
So when you said something akin to, yeah, they have two angry lesbians on not Discovery.
Well, he
I'm
didn't.
sorry,
He didn't say
Starfleet
that.
Academy.
He didn't say two because he didn't know there were two yet.
He said there was a couple. Yeah, you did. You talked about a couple.
No, I only called Jet Reno
Jet
an angry
Reno.
lesbian.
Yeah.
That was because I couldn't remember her name.
And this
I
episode
couldn't
actually
remember Jet Reno,
determined-
and I couldn't remember what's her name? Tig? Something?
Tig
Whatever.
Notaro
Yeah.
is her real name.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, so I called her the angry lesbian.
Mm.
But I wasn't trying to say that angry lesbians are necessarily bad people.
So you're a fan of angry lesbians. So you were doing it
Right,
as like a
so
positive.
You know what?
You're like, I
depending on the
promote angry
circumstances.
lesbians.
I'm
I think they make quite a good couple. But,
I'm just saying I can definitely see some times where having a couple of angry lesbians could be a positive.
I got you.
Oh my
So
God.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Hey, I don't want to derail
Why
us.
would you do it?
I don't want to derail us too long. Even though I literally heard the word by word breakdown of the He-Man trailer, but
Yeah. No.
I want to offer a sincere apology for my words and actions. Dorkknight, I never intended to cause harm, but I recognize my intent doesn't outweigh impact. The fact I hurt you deeply enough that the female members of your family felt the need to step in and approach me makes it clear that I crossed a line. That alone tells me I failed to handle the situation with care, respect, and restraint it deserved.
wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. I more than accept your apology. And Mr. Know-It-All, that is how you deliver an apology, sir. So very well done. Very well done.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've been working on that all week because I wanted to make sure.
Well, I think the girls are watching, so I hope they accept it. as
I
well.
hope all the females who come to your aid when you and me get into a fight have accepted my apology as well.
Yeah, but in girls, you gotta remember the name of the show is Nerdfights. So come on now. Like, It's not nerdy kumbaya.
So now you're
circle.
trying to stick up for lore?
No, well, no. Yes, maybe. I don't know. You're confusing my programming. So I sent.
Okay, so Aaron,
I don't
will
have.
grant
I don't
you
have.
that.
Go ahead.
Jet Reno is a snarky lesbian, not an angry lesbian. But now we find out that her girlfriend is an angry lesbian. So I was kind of justified.
We basically found out that Jet is the bottom, and Laura is the top.
Whoa,
Whatever-
whoa.
Whatever you got to do to justify
Retract that statement. Do not
What-
repeat that again.
whatever you got to do to justify screaming on the channel there is an angry lesbian in the show, man. I'm fine with it. It's okay. Angry lesbians are good things now. I knew that. That's what I'm gonna say.
You should know that.
When I come upon an angry lesbian, I will
Danny,
say,
I'm coming up
"Hello,
with
my angry lesbian friend."
Preacher, we're not doing it. We're not
What
doing
preacher?
it.
What preacher do?
Not doing it. Okay, we're not doing it.
How would that even work?
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But
So are they both like laying on at the same point?
So I too must apologize for my clearly insensitive remarks that I did not realize were going to trigger something. I was just trying to be funny, and I failed miserably. I humbly ask that you accept my apology and we move on. So I called this the Darum episode. What did you think? He kind of seemed like the main character, like it was kind of his episode. He
Wait,
had the
which
biggest
one's
arc.
Darum?
Yeah, I don't know who is
Darum is the one who
Kind of
he starts the episode with the voiceover with the message to his parents.
Oh, the dick.
The dick, yeah, but by the end of it, he kind of, he has that good scene with the snarky lesbian, as you put it. I mean, I still prefer we call her by her name, Jet Reno. When he was going to get the pad fixed, and then he humbled himself and apologized to Genesis. So he, like, it was kind of, to me, it kind of felt like his episode. What do you guys think about that thought, Mr. Know-It-All?
Are we doing hot takes or are we just answering Dan?
No,
Oh, my bad. Everybody else just started talking about it. So yeah,
Dork,
we can do our
Dork,
hot takes.
Dork,
Yeah,
Dork.
sorry.
Stop, or I'm going to mute you. So let's actually get into the show because I don't know where everything's gone off the rails. This week's episode featured a very simple storyline. Essentially, it was the Starfleet crew versus the group school, against the military academy, because the military academy started some nonsense with some pranks. There, you get some back. I'm giving the real rough overview piece of this whole thing, just so kind of for context for those of you who play at home. My issue is not so much that the show is not finding its footing. I actually like the footing it's found because it feels like what I expected from a college-y setup. And there's so many people. There's one guy who was like, "Oh, you mean rude humor's now the new norm?" And I'm like, have you watched anything that talked about Starfleet Academy ever? And nobody ever refers to it as a stuffy place. Everybody, in fact, refers to it as the place where they tripped, fell, made mistakes, did things.
Well, Kirk was known as being stuffy.
Yeah, everybody's known had Boothby stories about him helping. That's in the TNG era. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like the Starfleet has been represented as being very like a college campus. So this very much is in line with what I expected, if not the way I expected it to happen. Now, I think the problem is the show doesn't let anything effective happen or sit whatsoever. Direm is. I love that Dork's like he's the lead. He's not. You know who's the lead? Nobody. Because at no point do they make you care about anybody. They tell you that Direm, we're supposed to care about him, but they don't make us care anything about him. And then you get to the final resolution, and that's where I feel like the thing's shown as a very Star Trek-y thing, because rather than fighting fire with fire, they ended up doing a prank that has other borders around. It was a very intelligent prank. It's like four-dimensional chess, I felt like, even though the show itself is nothing like four-dimensional chess whatsoever.
I hope I don't steal Laura's thunder on this, but
Go for it.
I know that you said that you felt like this was much more Star Trek. And at first I was going to argue with you on that, but then I suddenly realized it is the most Star Trek because the final resolution was them committing a heinous crime on a huge scale, just like Cisco did. Yeah, and so in fact, it was an eco-terrorism crime. It's kind of funny. I actually, this is a big problem I had with the resolution, because their solution was to genetically modify these plants And then they say that to modify these plants is a crime, and yet somehow the other guys are going to get in trouble for it when they're the ones that did it.
So I
Yeah.
didn't take. So I don't know when I said this is like the best like Star Trek show ever, but I don't think they genetically modified. They just used like stuff that helps it grow. Was that what it is, or did I miss
Well,
that?
they did
That's what Genesis said, that she just
Yeah,
used an
Genesis
accelerant
juiced
and
up the
yeah.
whatever the growth hormone.
the growth accelerant. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that genetic
They
manipulation.
said
I'll tell you.
modifying these plants
Okay.
was a crime.
So I think probably the worst crimes would be the 2 assaults, one possibly an ag assault, and then teleporting someone naked in front of other people without consent.
Yes.
I would say those would probably be the 3 worst.
Oh no,
crimes
boys will be
versus making
boys. That's what that is.
Is that what that is? Yeah, because they should.
Meanwhile, hold on. Meanwhile, the ladies are basically in onesies. I know that Salty argued with me about the fact that because 2 of them had opaque paneling, but at the end of the day, they were still ultimately onesies. While the guys had towels.
Just over one part too. Oh, you must have loved it, Dork.
Yeah, I was going to say,
So
Danny loved
if I'm
herself.
allowed, yeah. So
You're going to see a lot of 20-year-olds in there.
we're kind of jumping all over the place, but in the locker room, bathroom, shower scene, it kind of reminded me. There were 3 or 4 different.
Mine and
points.
Mrs. Stark.
There were 3 or 4 different points that specifically reminded me of Starship Troopers, and this was one of them. The only main difference being the chicks weren't naked, just the dudes. That's just not fair. You got to have equal rights here, man. Yes, Mr. Know-It-All.
I would like to real quick maintain, I don't actually think it reminded you of Starship Troopers, honestly. I mean, I can see where you might think that. I think the fact that Stephen Colbert's Digital Dean did a "Would you like to know more" type reference in a scene and point that put that in your head.
Oh yeah, the
That's
commercial which happened before that, because and she even says,
flip that
"What-
trigger
isn't
in
that-
your head.
Isn't that voice stupid?" Well, and then they have the scene where their laser tag kind of reminded me of
That's true too.
the training homage that they or training montage that they did in Starship Troopers. But I don't know. So don't get me started. Whoever
This
shared that
is not a onesie on
Real
the
quick,
blonde.
I'm sorry. I'm hoping to God you aren't as ignorant as you're pretending to be right now. That's not the outfit she was wearing when she was transported out.
But
And
this is
actually,
what I
if you
was
look at
talking
it-
about.
Right, but that's not the outfit. When she's transported out, she's wearing something that has actual mesh there in the center.
she is.
Yes, she is.
I don't remember that. I believe.
I don't
you.
remember that. I believe you, but I don't.
It's the
Either way,
weirdest-
I don't care.
This is the
Can
weirdest choice
we
they've done creatively?
can we address the fact that the hologram when she
Is out of
breathed, like
shape?
well, that too. I didn't want to go there, but since you did, I will put a pin in that because I have thoughts, feelings on that. But no, when she was transported under the water and she starts to scream, air bubbles come out of her mouth. That should not have happened. That kind of took me out of it.
This is after she was transported. There ain't no mesh.
That's the same outfit, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah,
What's
no,
the
you're
point?
right. You're right.
Well, I would have been
The
confused.
hot chick
by
is
that
wearing a
too.
2-piece, and the large chick is wearing a 1-piece.
I would have.
They
I would
just,
have been. I would have been confused by that too because she was teleported out with that 2-piece. So, like when they teleported her, they could have put her in it. I guess when they teleported her, that would have confused the living hell out of me.
And I'm sure it's just a coincidence that they dropped the girl in the water.
Yeah, I guess their chat's talking about Sam eating dirt. I guess I missed that scene entirely.
was it dirt? I thought that was like the eggs of the
She was
plants. It was
licking
little blue.
the
She was licking the
spoil
little
or whatever. It didn't make
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I understand she's programmed to be young, but was she programmed to be functionally retarded?
I have a before, and we
No,
don't even have
I'm
to
not.
get
I'm
really-
not saying that to be derogatory.
No,
I'm
I
asking as a
understand.
serious question.
So-
is she
Well-
supposed to be stupid?
So the character of Sam is supposed to kind of be for this generation what Data was, and I would have appreciated it more if they
Data
would've just
wasn't dumb.
Hold up, no, let me get my thought out, please. Sam is a hologram where Data was an android. So in the early episodes of TNG, Data. That's why a lot of autistic people felt represented by Data because he didn't he wasn't even playing it that way on purpose, but he didn't get certain things, and they had to be explained to him, even though there are things that we kind of take for granted as knowing as being human. And they're trying to do the same thing with Sam, but they should have just made her an android, because the fact that she's a hologram presents too many inconsistencies, too many problems, too many issues that if I think about, I'll turn into a fandom menace guy and I'll bitch and complain about and get hung up on, like the oxygen, the air bubbles coming out of her mouth when she, like I shouldn't think about that kind of thing,
But to be fair,
but
when they
I
couldn't
thought
make
about
her-
it.
But
Also, yeah.
to be fair, if
Oh,
they
thank
didn't
you,
make her a
Smoke.
hologram, they couldn't give her random superpowers.
Androids have kind of some superpowers.
Well, and I also noticed like she can.
Androids are
she-
just strong.
I think, guys, they just wanted to have their cake and eat it too. No pun intended. I'm not feeding into the weight. Oh God, this is gonna just spiral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, at the end of the day, I think they want a character because she's often referring to databases and stuff, and I'm like, wait, are you an android? Are you a computer? Or are you a hologram person? Because hologram people shouldn't be accessing files in data banks. That's
Not necessarily. The doctor did.
Yeah, the doctor was a walking database. In fact, when they
But he was specifically to reference medical stuff. So
Well, I
what
get
did they program her with? Just like life stuff?
Yeah.
And none of it makes sense. Like her character, this is my
character
biggest
makes
problem.
No sense whatsoever.
It makes no, yeah. I mean, Salty and I rarely agree. We're agreeing on this. Like,
They're executing her poorly, that's for sure.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem is that she would. I mean, because we've seen all the way back in the 24th century, they could very easily make holograms that can perfectly reasonably articulate and express emotional things and understand people and interact with people. And even the doctor, while he was stuffy, he could understand. And, from day one, he didn't have a problem like understanding basic concepts like you don't lick the soil. But in this, she is just so ridiculously, insufferably dumb, except for when she's the most intelligent creature on the planet. And it makes no sense. There's no consistency because she should just be able to access any information she wants if she's just a computer program.
So here's the explanation for it. I'm not saying it's how I would have written the story, but I'm just letting you know this is the explanation for it. So on Kason, or wherever the hell she's from, Kaskian, they literally created her with the intent of making her a teenager that is going through teenage angst or whatever, which is why she does. That doesn't mean she's supposed to be eating dirt. I agree.
Yeah,
but
I was about to say, did you ever try to eat dirt when you were an angsty teenager, Laura?
No, I was watching nature documentaries more than anything else. But what?
Not call back.
Yeah, but I'm saying the reason why she is awkward and isn't like the doctor is because she wasn't designed to be. Not that
Right,
it excuses it, but that's what they did.
But that also means that every time she does something stupid, it's because she was literally programmed to be stupid. And because the doctor on day one was fully functional, they just decided to say, hey, let's make a hologram that's dumb and going through hormones, even though that makes no sense.
So Smoke says, I think she'll have growth. Her social skills need work. And my response is, the problem is we don't get seasons like we used to, Smoke. We don't get 20 episodes to have that 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes where we get to deal with her finding that growth. They have to somehow blitz it super quick and get us to some sort of a semblance of. And right now, they're not really doing that. They're doing more in line with what
we'll get an episode.
So, like, it's
no,
and I was.
I'm not finished. Give me a moment, sir. So when you get to that like point where you now have the characters able to it's difficult to try to have a character like this grow in the time they have, and they don't have any time to do anything meaningful with her unless you focus on her and make her about the whole show about her, and you can't because you've introduced 100 characters that I'm supposed to care about, remember, and know any kind of nuance about. I barely knew the characters' names from Discovery, and like now you want a six-seater. I'm supposed to remember. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what's her face from Discovery. Like I don't know. It's just they don't have time to waste, and they waste.
At least Discovery had a main character.
Agreed.
So what I was going to say was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I got so I was wrong last week about the number of episodes. There are 10, not 6. There are 10 episodes. Just my friend only got 6 of them.
So almost. half
So
a season.
almost half a season. So 2 seasons will roughly equal 1 season. Now, what I guess we're skipping hot takes, but really quick, I just want to say it made me wish that they had 20 episodes, because this was a fun episode to me, and this would have been perfectly fine as like TNG did this kind of thing all the time. You know, we didn't continue any of the storyline with the mother. We didn't, you know.
Oh, they acted like that didn't even happen.
Except, well, yeah, this is almost kind of like you could watch this episode kind of whenever, you know, just pluck it out and just watch it. So that's all. This week's episode was supposed to be, and I guess they failed, about Darum. Next week's episode is all about Jaden. Is it Jaden, the Klingon? So next week's episode is going to focus.
Why don't they just call him Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden. Yeah, because it's Klingon. I don't know. Let's see. Like with Tig, Street
Like,
Preacher,
I am not
with
Michael.
Tig's lesbian relationship. They didn't have time to hint they were in a relationship. They just laid it out in dialogue.
Okay,
Right, that's what they do.
Well, the only hint we got was when they were together at the party.
This is the sanity check I needed, because I swear I thought, I'm like, when did I knew we knew that Jet Reno was gay. That's not an issue. But
no, we didn't. We knew.
She knew the actress.
No, I'm talking about she had several conversations with the engineer guy on Discovery.
Oh, that's right. That would make sense.
So,
well, I don't.
So at the end of the day, because she was like, well, first off, it would be my wife and this whatever, and now all of a sudden she's here and she's with this character who we've never had an inclination that they're. I feel like the show is so full of ways to just contrive things, and we're just supposed to go with it. Sometimes
Well, I think the 1,000 years is doing a lot of heavy lifting, basically.
So now, here's the problem, and I actually think it's interesting, Dork, and I don't mean this in a negative way towards you. It's a 90s show. It's like it's young adult, and it's a 90s sitcom show, and that's what it is. And they're in the Star Trek universe. I don't think that it necessarily breaks the Star Trek universe. They don't do anything that necessarily directly contradicts it, but it's just this has a feel that I'm in the 90s and I'm watching a show and it has feel-good stuff. I think a part of my problem is that my classical training really shows the lack that they have. Like when you were talking about how dude like comes back and says, "I'm sorry, aw shucks," all that good stuff. None of that was earned at all. But that said, I mean, if you enjoyed it and it worked for you, that's good. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying, because of the way I was trained, I have to see actual growth and depth to it for me to enjoy it at this point. So that's not necessarily a good thing, by the way.
They don't let anything sit long enough to do what you're talking about.
Well, and that goes back to, I saw somebody had a comment about this a second ago, but I think that goes back to the length of the series. Oh, like here it is. So do you think the overall, I don't think it's the overall issue, but I think it's a big issue. I think that's why they have to rush things. You know what I mean? Like what you're talking about. Now, while you don't think it was earned, you know, I've watched the episode 4 times now, and you know, most recently a few hours ago, taken some more notes for today's show, which was whatever. And I felt like it was earned. You know, like he starts out with the message. He later goes with the pad to find out why it's not working, and then she gives him that like, no, it is. They're not there for you. You know who is this chick you've been terrible to the whole time. You know, and then they have the battle. Then they have the battle.
About
when was she there for him?
No. What are you talking about right now?
Jet Reno, when he goes to Jet Reno with the pad and says, "I think my
guy behind you," when he goes to talk about
Darum, when this guy here.
Hold on. Okay, so wait, what amount of weight are you putting on this moment? Because no offense, this meant nothing to me. They did nothing with this. They built no relationship.
I was genuinely confused when Jet Reno was like, "Oh, what about the girl that's been there for you when you struggle?" I was like, "What is she talking about? When has she ever been there for?"
Genesis saved his life when he was in space with the tractor beam. Genesis.
They were all working
motivates
together.
him.
That wasn't like she stuck with him when everybody abandoned him or something.
You know, Genesis forgave him and was there for him at the atrium, and then she stepped up and showed real leadership potential when he got put in the penalty box, and it came up with the only strategy that gave them the only goal
that wasn't her helping
in that game. No, well, that's her showing up being a lead. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just a simpleton, and it
So
just worked for me.
it's not that you're
And then we go. Okay, go ahead.
No, because you've been interrupted multiple times. I'll wait for you to go.
So and then after that, he feels like they show like things of him feeling like an outcast, and then he goes up to her, and he confides in her that not only does he have daddy issues, he's got mommy and daddy issues. They have that scene in the turbo lift, and then they work together, and then he goes and he's the one that saves Caleb from getting caught because he gets suckered by the girl that had the Superman kiss and made him forget he was on a mission, and then. I don't know. I felt like there was. I mean, it's rushed, and I'm 100% agreeing with you. But they only have 10 episodes.
So there's two
Done.
parts to that.
Done.
You really do do a fucking scene. I'm sorry,
Every
scene by
time.
scene.
Here's
But
the problem.
there's
I'll
2
tell you
points.
what.
Hold on, I was waiting patiently, but that's
Go,
fine.
you go, you
I know
go.
you get really upset when people interrupt you. Know it all, but I will go ahead and defer to you. So if everyone could be quiet, go.
Go, stop it. Go. Go.
Are
go,
you
go.
sure? Because I know that gets on your nerves a lot.
Come on, Laura.
Okay.
Give it to me.
I got
Give
you.
it to me, buddy.
So, 2 points to it. First off, if they don't have enough time, then they shouldn't have the cast that they have. They should have narrowed it down to multiple people. But beyond that, and I don't mean this in a negative way because I do it on my channel. This is how I feed my kids. You are giving a lot. You are doing a lot of the work for the writers, which I think is the point of the show, because the things you are talking about for me are just beats. They're not actual progression. So they kind of start it, like they give you the starting point of where the arc could go, and then it fills in for you. So I would agree that at the point when they're playing that game, by the way, we need to talk about the homosexual reference, which was crazy in that. But when they were talking about the game, when they were in the game, and the Vulcan was like, they're doing better without you. They found a new, and she shows up and she's like, I'm here for the team and stuff like that. And she still showed some help towards him. Then you have the Jet Reno point where she gives him that pep talk, which I do think was a pretty good pep talk. I think those were the only 2 points that connect them. I'm sorry, Mr. Know-It-All. You're right. I was still continuing. Continue on, sir.
I was just gonna agree with you. I wanted to support you. I wanted to support what you're saying.
I love you, man. I'm giving you a hard time.
It was it.
Because you yelled at me and I wanted to get
No, I was being supportive.
So anyway, I think that those are the only 2 points I can even think. And he does have issues with his parents, which impacts his issues with her. I think those are good starting points or good connectors. Exercise soulmates is kind of awesome. Anyway, that's my point. I think that there's only I don't even get it. I don't think there's anything there. I think they're good starting points. But if you built into it and it does something for you, then that's fine. That's great. I really just don't want your female family to get mad at me. That's what all this is about.
I'll make all the women mad here, because
Oh, God.
I am gonna stoke the woke police fire for just a second for the Phantom Menace boys out there.
Let me strap in. Hold up.
All right, because I'm sorry, and Mr. Know-It-All and I talked about this.
Laura's on the button. He's like,
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything too crazy, but
He doesn't want to get demonetized.
To me, one of the things about the visual style of the show that I just find kind of grating at this point is that every male character on the show is built like Chris frickin' Hemsworth, right? And almost every woman on the show is 4'9" and 80 pounds. Now,
First of all,
hold
Caleb
on,
is
Danny, stop.
Just one comment. Sorry.
So,
They don't like you, man. I don't know what the hell
no, we
you're
don't. We never liked him. But the
I'm the resident whipping boy. That's why they brought me back. It's all
So-
good.
but no, just let me finish my point here. So you
Yes,
got
sir.
these
Sorry.
gigantic muscle bound men and these tiny little petite women, as you can see in the picture directly behind you, because you can barely see the girl because she's so much tinier than everybody else, right? However, the women that are these tiny little petite things that, by the way, I'm sorry, but like that the Betazoid girl, you should not be showing her in spandex. She does not look. She's way too skinny. But they are pound for pound physical equals to the men. And I'm sorry, That is such a load of crap. These women would be absolutely squashed in any kind of physical competition. And before you start saying, "Oh, but these women are like different, different species, and they might have superpowers," Betazoids are not super strong. And yet she was sitting there playing basketball like Michael effing Jordan around a guy twice her height.
First of all, he wasn't trying. Second of all, look at this comment from Aravik. Jay Den is a scrawny. He's probably the smallest
He's still
Klingon
a foot taller
I've
than
ever
any
seen.
of them.
Yeah, I know he is easily a foot taller.
And he's just the exception that proves the rule. All the other guys are these gigantic beefcakes.
I'm not bringing attention to it, but the chat is wild.
Yeah.
What's going on in the chat? Well, we want to take a chat check real quick or whatever.
Oh, we absolutely do not.
Okay.
But no, and you're right. The nerd that was the mascot, he's your resident dork.
Oh,
right?
So my question.
Mascots, lore.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, we should go to the mascots. The only thing I would say, and I understand you can continue to criticize it. It's not invalid to say, but it's you don't order a chicken dinner and then get mad that it's not a steak. It's young adult. You're going to have these body types and women power. Now, what really is crazy to me, because I even put this on X or Twitter or whatever we call it now. I don't understand the smack talk that happens during that game. So you have the two mascots. One says, "Why don't you blow my horn?" And the other yells, "Whip it out, man, whip it out." They're on opposite teams. Are they smack talking? Are they flirting? And then by the end of it, he says, "Why don't you have that stuffed all up in you?" or something like that. It was literally like watching the ambiguously gay duo for Starfleet.
That'd be awesome, man.
So that actually kind of leads into something that I don't like about the show, and that I'm hoping that Laura and Salty at least will. I mean, actually, I think we'll all agree on this. There's way too much cussing. They used a variation of the S word, because I am trying to lessen my cussing on here, about 20 different times. Whether it was S word, a-hole,
Didn't they drop
BS.
the F-bomb at some point? I think?
I don't. Well, I missed it if they did, but they said this is not. They could do this show and make it more like. Remember how like a week ago I said this would be something I'd want to like. Now my daughter's about to be 17, so I'm not as sensitive to language. But Star Trek was always supposed to be something. Star Trek was always supposed to be something you could watch with your family.
No.
And you can't
not modern,
not in modern Trek, and I felt like they would change it with Starfleet Academy because they're gearing it to kids, aren't they?
Well, so first off, kids curse, so that's not even a thing. So first off, among the things that cursing has never, that's a very TNG take. Cursing has always been in Trek, and it's actually, they have said the N slur there, like the hard R N slur has been said. Kirk liked to cuss like a sailor sometimes.
Well, double dumbass on you.
Hold on, Lord. When did Kirk cuss?
Yeah, I know exactly. Other than Star Trek,
other than double dumbass on you.
He's cursed multiple times. But what I'm saying is that they have had.
Eric's making another good point here. Like I didn't like that at all. You know.
Yeah. So, do they do it more than they did it in the original Trek? Sure, but I mean that stuff was there beforehand. I hate this. Oh, it was a family show. You had multiple sexual assaults in TNG and DS9 and Enterprise. You had people.
But they're implied. They're implied. They don't show them.
Oh no. Hey, hold on. In Laura's defense, one of the most graphic sexual assaults I've ever seen in my life is from TOS.
So, they didn't
first season.
I don't know implied. They didn't show the scene, but they described the scene beat for beat in both DS9 and Enterprise. Also, let me better understand this. They have like 3 male 20-year-olds that are transported naked in front of other people against their consent. They have.
Who was the third? There were only 2. There were only 2.
I thought there were 3 of them.
No, it was Darren and Caleb were the only ones.
No, they did the whole.
I stand absolutely corrected. You know what? They took 2 males against their consent and transported them naked. I stand corrected.
Well, it's still bad, dude. I'm agreeing with you.
And then they did that to the females. But your problem is the cursing. You think it's family friendly.
No, it's no.
Not family friendly.
That's not my problem. I was just trying to back up a point you were making. You know that they're doing all kinds of. It doesn't matter. It's called Nerdfights, folks.
Oh,
There
so
you
you
go.
were trying to back me up. You're
Wait a
right.
minute.
I didn't know you had my back.
I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, and this annoys me just because channel just a minute ago. They do take the cursing to a far level, but cursing has been a part of Trek. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. It's not family friendly. It's young adult.
I saw your comment there, Mr. Know-It-All. That was
Oh,
evil. I do remember.
I didn't
that
see the
now.
comment. What comment? Oh,
He
we can
said-
see comments here.
He said Kirk straight up
No,
tried.
that was actually
our
me.
word.
It just-
Oh, that was you. Oh, sorry. I can't tell which one of us it is.
Yeah, no,
I was responding to someone in the chat that was in TOS. Yes, if you look at the enemy within,
Yeah.
Kirk
No. Okay, you
straight
got
up
me there.
assaulted Janice Rand in an
And that's when she
extremely graphic
scratched his
scene.
face. Yeah.
Not only that, but then fast forward to one of the classic episodes, Space Seed. Khan dominates a woman, but and forces her to her knees to get her obedience.
Yes. Now, me no other. This is a great comment because I actually mentioned this to my girl the other, probably yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I would have rather they made up cuss words, honestly, just like
Well,
that.
Farscape made it fun.
I know Laura
Farscape
thinks-
did that.
I
think
know
they did
Laura
that.
thinks we're a bunch of
Yeah.
Puritans when it comes to the cursing, but I will say that if you look at the history of Trek, while it's true that they did some adult things. But they did them in more mature ways than they do now, and they did not straight up curse like they do now. They did not use, in the original series, the only time you could argue that they cursed was when Kirk said, "Let's get the hell out of here" at the end of City on the Edge.
City on the Edge of Forever. Yeah.
That was actually that was a strong one, but that was also the gravitas of that moment. It was dealt with in a very serious and very mature way. This is a bunch of teenagers walking around showing their bodies, going tee hee. Let's say dirty words. I'm sorry. I don't like the immaturity of the show. It's called TVYA all day long. It doesn't change the fact that is he crying because of City on the Edge of Forever? Or is he crying because I hurt his feelings? I don't know.
No, City on the Edge of Forever. I'm fine now. Don't be mean.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's but
it's like Wrath of Khan, man.
That's
like
how
Wrath
you get
of
him to
Khan.
cry. Is you talking about something like that? Yeah. So they didn't straight up throw 4-letter words out there very often. In TNG, they said "damn" a lot, but by the 80s, "damn" was not considered a hard word.
They said the S word in Transformers the movie, the animated one in '87.
The first true curse word in Trek, I think, was probably Data saying "OS" in Generations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the
I mean,
TNG cast. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's just the real criticism here is that they made this for a different audience. It's not meant for us. It's also not meant for.
I don't know who it is meant for.
It's meant for young adults and as an onboarding for non-Trek fans.
Which is
But I don't see how this gets anybody in.
That's because it's not for you.
At no point did I say it would be successful. I just said that's what.
So if I may kind of tie this to something, Salty, I'm pointing at you, right? I'm still confused with this backwardness. Am I pointing at you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you know how you said He-Man was made for me and Mr. Know-It-All, people like us,
Right?
And then we're the target audience. Star Trek, whoever's in charge of Star Trek, they need to learn like who their target audience is and just stick to that, and they'll do a lot better because they're alienating the real fans. And then they have people like me who are just so starved for new Star Trek content that I'm going to give it a chance until they fall off a cliff like Discovery. And they're never going to get these new people because they don't care. They're not into it. So they're not going to watch it. Like I could, even though I might think my daughter would like this, she'll never watch it because it's Star Trek and she doesn't like sci-fi. And I'm not saying all women are like that because a lot of women do like sci-fi, but demographics are a thing for a reason. Stereotypes are a thing for a reason. My girlfriend, or, fiance, whatever, she does analytical. Her thing is research.
Right.
It's the shit is the way, or stuff. It is the way it is for a reason. So I think they're making a huge mistake, and I do think this will fail, just like Acolyte. And I'm one of the few people who liked Acolyte. So there you go.
Oh God, why
My
would you say
opinion
that?
means nothing.
Why
So,
would
I
you say
mean,
that?
my
Your bonus
my
feed is
thing is,
immediately trashed.
here's my thing, and I
Exactly.
think
I know.
Fandom Menace plays a role in this. Why should they care? Everything they do is hated, so they might as well just go after an audience they think they can get, right? Fandom Menace has completely destroyed the ability for a lot of people to see good.
Oh, I agree with you there, Laura.
So,
I think you're 100% right.
as a producer, I'm not saying this is the right direction to go, but as a producer, like if I went online and I just looked at all this hate, screw you. I'm just going to go for whoever I want. I don't care about the original fans because the critics online have made it seem like the original fans aren't worth getting.
They're like, we're toxic,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, because the problem is that with the original fandom or the OG fandom, whatever you want to call them, is divided on some of this stuff. But those that and like here, I think we're having a fairly reasonable conversation. We tell some jokes, but at the same time, we're critical of the show without just pouring hate on the show
Well,
for
I'm
no
watching it.
reason. Right.
I'm watching.
I
I'm
mean,
not
but
hate
yeah,
watching.
and-
I'm watching.
this right here, though, so faking Jewish, is that right? This right here.
Yeah, well, look at his username. I mean, I'm not taking pretty much anything he's saying seriously. Based
What
on
did he say? I missed it. What did he say? It went
He
away.
said real Trek fans are still not cool with not getting the legacy TV show Picard season 3 set up.
Here's the thing. Even
I'm
I
not
don't.
okay with not getting that.
Hold on.
I
If
wanted
you
the hell out of
if
that,
you
yeah.
start a sentence with the real Star Trek fans, your sentence is already invalid. Okay?
Yeah.
Because anybody who is a fan of any Star Trek series, even this one, is a real Star Trek fan. Okay, so can we please stop trying to say we're the good ones, they're the bad ones?
We're all fans. It just,
Right.
yeah.
Let me
Go ahead.
go ahead. I was just going to give you a microcosm just to because this is what really kind of disgusted me about it. I have done a couple of YouTube shorts, literally just correcting where people have gotten some things wrong. I haven't said it's good. I haven't said it's bad. So for instance, I did explaining Starfleet Academy's food problem that goes over the replicators. Starfleet Academy ships actually make sense. The last one, Star Trek captains were never professional. These do not praise Starfleet Academy at all. They just go through the original complaints and the complaints that were wrong, explain why they were wrong in lore.
Right.
I have gotten more hate than I have seen. It is like we are back in 2016, Salty.
Last
It
Jedi.
back in 2016. The amount of hate and comments, like there are 600 comments between all three of those. It is insane. So if I'm a producer, why would I ever care? That's all I'm saying. Like, why would you even matter? Why would it even matter? But don't make it at that point.
If they didn't matter, Salty, you'll have to help me here because I was drinking back then. Didn't something happen in a Discovery show that was a direct response to Doomcock? Like, wasn't it like like the same mask?
No, there was never.
What show was that? Was that
that's Doomcock's Delusions of Grandeur. At one point,
I remember us talking about it. Maybe it was She-Hulk. There was something.
He claimed that Kurtzman was cursing the name of Doomcock in his office or something.
And he destroyed the TV. Oh my God, I got so many views off that. He is such.
I'm sorry. That's and even though Doomcock and I were friends when he was.
So that's just Delusions of Grandeur. Okay.
Yeah, it really.
Back when he was Tony Stark cock.
I mean, because look, since we're talking about the whole Phantom Menace thing, can we hold a moment of silence real quick because the Phantom Menace.
Thank you, Gavin.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
Because we need to hold a moment of silence because the Phantom Menace is about to lose their cash cow since Kathleen Kennedy is retiring. Even though, I'm sure they're all claiming victory on it, even though it's like
10 years later.
10 years later, exactly.
I mean, 72
she had to go sometime.
Yeah,
No, it was specifically for them, though. They're the ones that got rid of them.
Yeah, totally.
But what are they going to do now that because Critical Drinker's already put like the Kathleen Kennedy story,
Dude, I had to stop watch Dave Cullen, man. He just
that's what I said. Dave Cullen did a review of Starfleet Academy.
Oh my God.
And I watched a little bit, and it's like everything he complained about. It's like and you guys know I am not a fan of this show, right? Obviously, and yet he's sitting there saying stuff that is just stupid. Like he's sitting there complaining because there's a female Jem'Hadar, and it's like, look, and he says we know the Jem'Hadar can only reproduce.
Well, Aravic, I said that last week a lot.
Hold on,
Sorry.
he said the Jem'Hadar can, in his review, the Jem'Hadar can only reproduce through cloning. And it's like, no, that's how they do reproduce during the wars, but there's nothing that says that they can't reproduce biologically if they have a genetically compatible mate. There's nothing that says that.
My whole point wasn't even that, because you're trying to talk Trek logic. I'm talking real logic, which is, I'm sorry, it's however many years in the future, or however many years it is in the future, anything is possible and could have happened that you know nothing about.
And that's why I say the 1,000 years does a lot of heavy lifting. What you just said right there kind of proves my point. It just
But I
does
don't
so
even
much
go
heavy
with
lifting.
that because I think that's too convenient an excuse. I just say if you look at the Trek lore, there's nothing that says that Jem'Hadar can't reproduce
Looking at the
biologically.
Trek lore, sir, what do you think?
I would. Are you talking to me?
Speaking of lore, there was only one of us here named lore.
No, I
said
think
there was something dying inside of the lore, and I was worried about you. But then I realized.
so. No, I was thinking. I mean, my thing is it would be lore breaking if they didn't reproduce or create a society, because it completely breaks Odo as a character.
Yeah.
Odo basically either becomes head of the Dominion or he becomes like a really important part of it. He would not be okay with just keeping slave races just to keep slavery.
Oh yeah, no, 100% agree.
Yeah, so I would say that if they only had male Jem'Hadar that were still under Dominion rule, that destroys the Odo character, or something happens to him. He dies like the very next scene, kind of like what happened in Fallout.
Yeah, legit.
Oh man. Don't get me started on Fallout.
But these people complaining about...
Oh, one quick thing. Speaking of Fallout, by the way, guys, if you want to go to www.com or www.youtube.com/lore reloaded, take a look at the most recent video. You'll actually see a really great deal that I've partnered with both Fallout and GoDaddy. So go click on my most recent video and click on that link. Go to GoDaddy Arrow. Make your own.
This man right here, after my own heart,
That's
right
the
here.
Pro, baby.
Love
That's
it.
Pro.
Love it.
Lore.
My man.
You have got to, the next time somebody offers you some kind of partnership like that, like if they say, hey, create a special link, you've got to have the link be something like, Dorkknight in the link so that you can plug it so that he can plug it for you.
There we go. That's what I'll have to do.
Yeah.
Hey man, we'll talk after the show. I'll get you on the nerdfightshop.com website, and we'll get you your own line of merch.
Okay.
Get you your own line of
Is that
merch.
what's going
bro.
on?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Now, some of this, I like, I like some of the hybrid races they've introduced. Like, I like the fact that Paul Giamatti's character was
Where the hell is Paul Giamatti? Where's
Don't
Becky
get me
Lynch?
started. Look, this is why one of the reasons.
Why isn't she a teacher at Starfleet? All the bridge crews should be teachers. What the hell?
No,
Sorry.
well, look, the first two episodes have no relevance to this episode at all. In fact, they even retcon it to a certain amount because, like, the what's his name that I don't know the name of any of the characters, but
Which one?
the adopted son of Holly Hunter. What's his name?
Caleb.
Caleb Mir.
Okay,
Caleb
so
Mir.
he's sitting there when he's talking to Michael Jordan Betazoid. That
Tarima's her name.
so she was like, oh, well, you had a choice. It's like, I didn't have a choice. It was either this or prison. No, you were talked into doing it so you could find your mom. But that apparently doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I mean, he wasn't wrong because she did say you can stay here or you can come with me.
Word.
Right, but she seduced him with the idea of.
No, we're talking
finding-
about two different. Oh, okay. Continue on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But so I'm just saying. But they and remember the last episode they teased the whole thing of we know where she went. Not even a mention. Not even a single
that was my first note right
Yeah.
here. It literally says no mention of mom right there. No
Not-
mention
yeah, but
of
not
mom.
I've been scanning that area. No, instead we get the
my
big
second
dumb-
note says cussing.
Yeah, we get the big dumb jock dude talking about his transmissions to mom and dad, but we don't get anything about our supposedly main character and his quest to find his mom, which was the sole driving force of
That
his character
Wow.
for the
they
first
should
two
have had
episodes.
at least one small scene about it, like
Right.
something, just to
So
connect the
I'm just
history.
waiting for like next week. Are we going to set? Like, is she going to be a member of Starfleet
Well,
Academy now? Because
according to my
Hey guys,
you know,
guys, can we let
yes,
our guest
sir.
have a word?
It's fine. I was just, and it's completely not related, so I don't want to. I'll go after you say it. So finish it, Dork. I'll go after you say it because I don't want to
Oh well,
sideswipe.
mine was going to be an experiment, or not an experiment, but just proof that we are the attention deficit disorder theater. Because someone in the chat asked a question, and I tried to propose this chat uh, break thing, and it's just not working out. But this is an interesting question because I know my answer like immediately. Do we want to answer this question
So
now?
that we really don't, because that's going to derail the conversation we're actively having.
Exactly. There you go. So back to you, Laura.
But
Okay.
I'm glad we can play this game.
I just think there
It's
were a
called
lot
nerd
of.
fights.
I think there were a lot of beats that they missed because they're trying to, again. I know I keep going back to it, but it's the only explanation for it. They're doing a different genre. I think the one chick, the Betazoid chick that's in the War College, I would have liked to
Tarima.
see, yeah, that thing that's on her neck, and they're not using it for this purpose. I talked to you about this, Know It All. I think it would have been excellent, and they actually could have even built it into the teenage angst they're trying to do. Since she's a telepath, it would make sense in when you had a youth and you have them in Starfleet Academy or the War College that they'd have some kind of thing that indicates when they're actively using their powers, and that's what I thought they were going to go for when they were doing it. And then it was going to be this big reveal, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm looking into your thoughts" or whatever. But like when it turned red, I thought she was actively using her powers. Apparently, I was wrong, and she just wasn't going to. She was preventing herself from killing him or something.
What does it
I
mean
think
though? Like I'm like I
they
didn't
still
get
have not
anything.
explained what the
Yeah,
deal
like
is.
why did it turn red? What did that indicate?
It's
oh,
going to be the big mystery
but
MacGuffin for
Hold
episode
on, Danny. What do you fill into those spaces? Like Salty said before, you seem to be getting more
Okay,
of
well
it
I'm
than
not.
you
No,
are.
Laura's the one that said that. I was doing all the writing for the writers, and I have no clue because I'm not paid
but
to like the other stuff made more sense.
here's
I
what it
don't.
should be.
Go for it.
What it should be is it would make sense that Starfleet would have created a piece of technology that could detect when someone is actively using their powers. They say in Voyager they have the ability to remove your telepathic powers, so obviously they can detect it if they can remove it. So my thing is that especially when you have a teenager, or not teenager, I'm sorry, you have a 20 something, which is completely different from 19 years
Still
old.
a kid, whatever.
Still a kid. When you have kids that are still going through all the things kids go through, an ability to detect when they're using that ability, because that's a big deal. You can't. That's something that Starfleet takes a very dour look at. So I think that if they used it to detect when she's using her abilities, and again, if they wanted to do this whole, oh, we're teenagers, we love each other and we're all pheromones and all that stuff, then what they could do is every time it turns red, she's actively reading his mind. He doesn't know it, and then in a couple of episodes, he finds out because a teacher says, "Oh, that means he's reading your mind." Then you can have the epic, "Oh, I can't believe you did this to me." You can have all of that stupid stuff that we don't need in it. But I think that that would be an interesting use of that technology.
I agree. I don't think they are because it seemed to me like every time it went red, she was doing the same thing I do when I try to lower my heart rate. Back when I was having heart issues, like she kind of took a beat and took some breaths.
shoot
Didn't
some
really
tranquilizers
talk,
in her or something.
So well, I don't see. I don't know. I have no idea. Just and what's this? Victor Di
Di Giovanni.
Giovanni. Di Giovanni, why not just harness the power of Q in a device to make things happen? Call it the cube. Every ship can have one. I mean, that'd be dope, but pointless because fights wouldn't last long. But
Well, I'm thinking like as far as the whole Betazoid thing, to me it would make sense. Kind of piggybacking on what Laura was kind of thinking of is, I went on a big old tirade about the fact that you have a telepath who's using sign language last week, which was just
Right.
beyond stupid.
and I agreed
However,
with you.
right. But what I would say is, well, if she is a, you know, teenage 20 something, whatever. And so, because of the way that Betazoid puberty is, her powers are difficult to control, and so it's a dampener to prevent her from accidentally using her
So-
empathic abilities. However, even though it supposedly prevents her from melting people's brains or whatever she can do, it doesn't prevent her from feeling people's feelings because they forgot that betazoids are telepaths. And so she still is able to detect who was in the costume from TOS, which it's like, okay, that was interesting, but yeah.
So, if I may, so was it? I think it was you, Salty, who said this was basically X-Men and Star Trek, right? So maybe she's like Jean Grey, and it's an inhibitor to keep the Phoenix Force from coming.
Well, that's
out.
what it is. That is absolutely what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to find out at some point that she can she has some kind of power,
blow
to,
people's
like,
heads
melt
up with her thoughts or
starships
something. Yeah, right.
And it's going to be some MacGuffin that'll come up at some episode. Everything's going to be hope because Paul Giamatti will show up in like. Here's what Paul Giamatti is going to show up in episode 9, and then in episode 10, like everything's getting destroyed, Earth is in flames, Starfleet Academy is about to be blown up, and then she takes the thing off her neck and blows up Paul Giamatti's ship with her brain.
So why didn't she have it in the first episode? Is my question.
she
Or
did.
second.
Well, she
No.
wasn't in the first episode.
She wasn't
No,
in the first episode.
I meant
but
to
she
say,
had it
I
in the
obviously meant
Well,
whatever.
Paul
the fuck-
Giamatti wasn't in the second. I want Mr. Know-It-All's take because we just all three of us gave hypotheses. What's yours, sir?
What are you talking about?
About
What's your
her neck
hypothesis?
thing.
Yeah,
What's your
what is
what's
I
yours?
think exactly what we've established. I think it's an inhibitor of some sort because she's like more powerful than powerful somehow, and probably because she is the genetic spawn of Riker. Going back to a salty theory
She
from
didn't
earlier.
have-
I'm still sticking with that.
Hey, that's why her eyes aren't black. I'll buy that.
That's why their
Black
eyes
eye
aren't
thing-
black and why they can
Yeah.
only read emotions.
What did you
Yeah.
say, Laura? I didn't hear you.
Nah, I gotta go look it up. I don't remember her having that. They all had that little thing.
Pointed it
All
out
of
to
them.
him when he was giving his apology.
No,
one-
he
the-
had an
the-
interpreter. Like
Yeah,
the
the
thing.
dad did because it made it so that his sign language came out audibly, which again was stupid.
Stupid.
Because if he can read his thoughts while he's signing, why does he need to sign?
Right.
You know,
I guess for the humans, you know. But wait,
For the
isn't there a
terror
clip?
of it all?
Anyway, sorry.
I liked Jet Reno's message, by the way. Had nothing to do with
Okay.
Trek, but I thought it was a
like
good
that
message.
too. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like
Okay.
any like when she was saying any message you got to go search for isn't worth reading. I thought that was-
No, I love that scene. To be honest with you, I really did. Yeah.
I thought the scene was all right, except that it was like I said, the whole thing about Sparkly Genesis Girl was completely unearned because she never really did anything.
She saved his life, man, with the tractor beam.
When they were all, it was a crisis situation. She didn't like save him. They were working together to.
No,
you know,
they
save-
accomplished their goal. He could have died, and they still would have.
Well,
Everybody
yeah,
else
what
would
kind
have
of
been
character
fine.
would you be? And she's like, screw him, we'll let him die. I mean, come on, that's not the same thing.
I like the fact, hey, and you know, this is completely non-sexual. I like the fact that you had that one blue scene, completely not sexual. You had her saying, "You better survive and I'll sleep with you," or something like that in episode 2. In episode 3, she walks up to him and being like, "Hey, I got daddy issues." You know, I like that this is a completely non-sexual thing.
Well, let's not forget they're all running around in their underwear.
And they're and they're all running around in their underwear.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to call it now. So, Caleb met Genesis first, and you thought there might have been a thing there, and then Caleb meets Tarima, and they clearly have a thing. They've already kissed, and so then Genesis, who's clearly jealous. There's been scenes where she's kind of shown her the little jealousy thing. She's kind of been flirting overtly with Darum, and now here's what's going to happen. I bet you it's going to flip. They're going to become friends through all this stuff, and then Caleb's going to end up with Genesis. I'm calling it now. That's my theory.
Dude, I still stand by. I still think there's going to be a triangle.
Why
I
are we
still think
showing this?
Because I'm just agreeing with Laura. There's nothing sexual about this show.
There's not.
Sorry, if you get the
I
granny
mean, 'cause
panties
not only do we get all the Starfleet Academy,
Dude,
we get
you
all
see-
the people from the War College in there.
You
Okay,
see
hold on.
Skin and TOS.
Let me defend Dork and Mr. Know-It-All here. Salty,
Yeah, I got it. Me for nothing.
they're 20-year-olds.
That's
No,
Calm
they're
down.
wearing granny
They're
panties.
20-year-olds.
There's nothing sexual about this scene. am
Yeah,
sorry.
they're wearing
What
boxers.
is sexual to
The
you?
fact that
Okay,
you two
now I'm
saw it
interested.
that way,
We'll
I
go
think says
offline.
way more about the grandpas in the room.
Well, I'm not a grandpa.
You know
And then
what?
immediately we put the picture on
You know what?
Salty.
We'll go.
Beautiful. Whoever did that, chef's kiss.
Good timing. Good timing.
No, I mean, I understand that Mr. Know-It-All doesn't find the female form attractive, but individuals
whatever.
could have their own taste. That's fine.
Whatever.
But I'm sorry, have you not seen a woman wearing spandex and gone, "Wow"? Or are you just saying that no? Yeah, those are granny
You know what?
panties. Because here's a newsflash: granny panties are like loose, baggy, tan, burlap bags wrapped around your waist. Those are not granny panties.
Obviously, they're not, sir. Whatever works for you, my man.
So,
That's
so
fine.
you want to talk about over sexualized?
Yeah, Salty, you're
Did
the
anybody
problem.
else notice when the towel dropped? One of the girls made a comment about his hog. Did anybody else catch that?
No,
About I'm sorry.
About his hog, really? That's
About well, well, I didn't want to say, I figured that was the most
Listen,
PG way to
1980s
say
calls,
it.
they want their
You know what I
different-
mean?
You could have called it his genitalia.
There you go. Yes. Did anybody else hear that? The girl, because I had the subtitles on.
No, what'd she say? Now you got me curious.
I don't remember. You have to go back. She said something like, like it's big, or oh my, or like somebody in the chat.
No, it's Jet Reno. She said, "Well,
It wasn't Jet Reno. It was a student. It's because it said in the
I thought it was Jet
subtitle.
Reno. I know what you when the guy appeared that was butt naked.
Yeah. They made a comment about the size of his penis, and it was hilarious.
Can I just say that the War College student should either be in jail, expelled, or be on the absolute for the rest of their career there, be on pins and needles. The things that they did, like, was
both
unacceptable. Like, it's just unreasonable to me.
There it is. That's what it is. Thank you, Street Preacher.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Female student goes, "That's a lot." Like, come on.
I mean,
Jet
it's all right.
Probably.
It's
No,
all right
Victor,
to-
they won't let me do swimwear, boxers,
It's
ladies'
all right,
undergarments.
but thongs you can do? Oh, you
No,
mean,
no, I can't. No, they had me take that down.
Oh,
for-
Dorkknight.
You
I
can
thought
go
you
to
meant
Nerd-
the channel. I thought you meant
Danny,
the people.
I just replayed the scene. It was Jet Reno that said it.
It was Jet. Oh, well, then that totally never.
She was
mind.
like, yeah, because
Ignore me.
she's giving a lecture, and then he appears, his towel drops. He goes, "Oh, that's a lot."
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Still funny though.
No, Dorkknight, when a teacher is staring at a nude student without his consent and says that's a lot, it's really funny, man. I agree.
Well,
Family
like it's
friendly.
okay in real life, bro.
Family.
If that scenario happened in real life, no, that's not funny. But
I'm
in
just-
the
I'm
context.
Oh, but it's okay because it's a fictional portrayal of
You know what? Hold up. Let me whack.
So, I mean, to be fair, I mean, if it was Danny's daughter, he would be fine with it.
Whoa.
Well, isn't that what he said last week?
No. Why do you guys do this shit to me?
I could
I'm
have
sorry I
sworn he
cussed.
said that.
We should reinstitute. Remember when we had the swear bucket or whatever box or whatever that thing you had
Yeah,
was?
I'll get it back for you.
We got to reinstitute that because I really do want to stop cussing.
The problem is that you owe me like $5,000 for it, right?
Dude. No, every time we tallied it up, I sent you the money. Every time.
You sent me the money like once.
Girls,
whatever.
can we do the domestics afterwards?
Yes, sir.
You're both pretty.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry,
Dad.
we were talking. Now, let's get back to what we
busy
were really
talking about, kids being molested.
So Dorkknight, you were talking about how you were okay with sexual assault in Star Trek.
No, I was not. I'm not okay with it, bro.
No,
Jesus.
Lord, get it right. He's okay with it as long as it's not his daughter.
Oh,
That's what he said.
Well, I mean, there's some slight truth to that.
that
it's
is
not-
true. I agree.
Yeah, not my daughter. You know.
If you had to choose between a
it's
family member
perfectly
or
fine.
not family member, it's the not family member.
Man, I've yelled at a kid for looking
No,
at my daughter the
I'm
wrong
not
way.
saying it's one thing to say, oh well, better for it to not be my family.
My
member.
mother-in-law
I'm saying
is
he's
watching,
saying
by the
it's-
way.
Yeah, I'm saying he's saying it's perfectly fine
I'm really
unless
sorry.
it's his family member.
So
Then
what
it's-
do you guys
Mother-in-law
think?
know-it-all is watching, and I am
Okay,
sorry.
so then let's reset, guys. Back to the episode.
Sure.
Why did you
You
guys?
had a female instructor.
What did you? Hold on.
You had a female instructor looking at a male
No.
student. I'm getting back to the episode, bro.
Nope.
I'm talking about the episode.
No. Let's just cut to the end. Why does exactly? Damn, this is Nerdfights. Why does a hologram need to be given a jacket? That was another like. I'm really hung up on Sam. Like, she's my least favorite character. Yeah, exactly. Couldn't she just like, boom,
Doesn't
in
the
his
doctor
hair?
do that? Doesn't he adjust his
No.
makeup?
Yes, he does. He
So-
did all the time in Voyager. So
Yes
why
and
did they
no.
give Sam a physical Letterman's jacket?
I don't disagree.
They
that
should have made her an android, dude. Like,
But
I know-
in they did it in Voyager too. He would get items at some times in Voyager.
I guess
but-
like keepsakes kind of thing.
yeah, and stuff that he'd wear, but it wasn't like you could wear it all the time or anything like that. I don't disagree. I don't like the hologram. In fact, I don't know if you guys remember, but it completely destroyed. Well, I don't know if it was on this show or on mine, but when I found out she was a hologram, that just was the last straw. I was so pissed that night.
Dude, no, like I wanted to give it a chance, but they're so inconsistent with her abilities as a hologram that it like, dude, I can't get over the air bubble coming out of her mouth in the pond thing or whatever it was, the little koi pond. That like, that wouldn't happen. Like,
here's my
she's a
thing.
hologram.
Here's my thing that I really didn't like. If we want to talk about some other stuff, the War College guy, the War College guy that they're trying to make to be like the stuffy, like antithesis to the
The only one following rules.
free feet. Yeah.
The guy that cheated.
Yeah, so not only that, but if he's as stuffy as he comes off as I said, those War College students should likely be facing charges or should not be in the War College.
They'd all be
union for the
expelled.
things. Yeah,
Well,
and
the freaking chancellor helped them for like
No.
he should be fired. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like and I mean. When you think about it, because again, he's supposed to be stuffy and stuff like that. Not only this wasn't just a prank or anything. He helped them bypass the top level security of Starfleet Academy.
Right.
That's a big deal.
yeah.
That's a really big deal. They used it for something stupid, but he gave his codes to cadets that bypass the security.
Imagine if you
Perfect.
hacked Donald Trump's emails for a joke.
Let's not go there, but how creepy
No,
was
but
it
that's
that
kinda
Jay
what they're
Den can
doing.
replicate an eyeball? That was creepy. Like,
Yeah, what was that about? Like replicating?
So
yeah.
no, she didn't replicate. What they did, they actually explained it in the
cloned
last one. Well, they explained it in the last episode, and it's from Voyager. So they had a fluid that if you drop something in it, it'll actually turn into it and everything like that. So that's what that was.
Really?
It has lore basis. I'm not saying it's not stupid. It has a basis in lore though.
Seems like a big security issue. They should, I don't know, take care of. I don't know. Just saying.
Well, I would say that in the advanced 900 years past the last one we saw, future, when they're using the eyeball, the camera should probably be like, I wonder why the retina is just dangling right there in front of
Yeah,
it.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like swinging, like
Yeah,
it was.
so
like,
that's my thing. Like they have all this advanced security, but this camera is just like, oh, I'm just going to connect
Decent,
the
yeah.
eyeball. I'm not going to connect anything else. You know what I'm saying? I would feel like the AI in the system could at least be like, this doesn't feel right. Something about this
Yeah,
feels
because
off.
the computers in the 24th century, I think, would pretty quickly detect that person is not there.
And again, I mean, because I don't know if you guys remember, but you actually saw from the camera's point of view, they saw somebody holding so let's just take it from the computer's point of view. The computer knows nothing else. This person walks up with the eyeball and a retina connected to it, and when the computer scans it, it shows it's the chancellor.
Right, you would think
That-
he murdered him.
Yeah, that feels like hey, maybe I should contact security at this
My
point.
thing is like
that feels like a problem.
spy movies would like their move back because you're right. The camera that can see us at all times when you're talking about stuff, no kind of anything. The security's not paying nothing. Nothing gets flagged.
Yeah, that just seems weird. Like your phone can identify you.
Yeah,
And-
that's a
and
big
yours.
gaping hole. That was ridiculous to me. To me, it would have made more.
He just cut out for me. Did he cut out for you guys too?
Yeah,
That's weird. What happened?
I think he's just mad.
No, it said your mic was muted by producer Mr. Know-It-All.
What? How is that possible?
Because
shut
Laura
up.
was in the middle of talking and Danny stepped all over him again.
Oh yeah, let's listen. What's going on?
I don't remember. It's okay. I shouldn't. I gotta get better at this. And I am taking notes. I'm sorry. I should wait my turn.
Wait, you're taking notes and you're still interrupting?
I know that's what it's terrible
Multitask.
because I wait and then I'm like, no. So-
I don't know. We got sidetracked. You're right, but I'm just saying, like, this is just it's really simple technology that we have now. Like, you couldn't do that to this phone, let alone an advanced Starfleet or War College.
Yeah, that'd be like facial recognition on an iPhone. You're holding the
eyeball.
severed face of somebody.
well, that would actually work. if you
No,
think
no,
about
just the skin. You're holding like the sagging skin of a person in front of the iPhone, and it works.
That's terrible.
Like if you've ever seen the South Park version of Christy Gnome, you're holding that.
I mean, if they were going to do that, they should have just had the holographic chick turn into him. Why not? Just
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh.
dude, see, there's so many. That character.
Or they should have weekend at Bernie's it. They shouldn't have stopped with the eyeball. They should have
Yeah,
actually created him.
Or
The whole
just
body.
knocked him out, or just knocked him out with some gas. That's what I was going to say. They should have just like knocked him out somehow, took him
They could
there,
have had the Klingon
held
hit
his
with the
face up,
hypo
opened
spray.
his eyeball. I don't know.
I'm just saying the weekend at Bernie's would be a lot more funny. So they create it, but it's not actually him, or he doesn't like something's wrong. So they have to literally just carry him around because he's not actually him or whatever. That'd be fantastic. They should have
He's like
weekend at Bernie's.
drooling and
They just hold him up, and then they because they had the spray last time, so they hold him up, they get into it, and then they just spray the hell out of him, and he goes away. That's what they should do.
I've tried that, Robert. I raised my hand and like it's fine. It's,
Oh yeah, you're the victim. Okay, is that how that works? Wow.
yeah.
Please proceed.
No, I had nothing to say. I was just responding to the text or the comment.
So when you do your shorts for this, we should do all the awkward silences,
Completely. Oh my god.
because there's like a lot of awkward silences. I think that it would be funny if you just did them like back to back to back.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where you guys want to go from here, but we're an hour 47 minutes, and we still got 50 people. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to go to nerdfightshop.com to support the channel. Visit the Patreon link in the description to support Salty Trekker because he needs all of our help. And please send lovely messages to Mr. Know-It-All because he loves it when his ego is stroked. And Laura, you have an amazingly successful channel. I don't need to pimp you out any. But I am curious if we're going to wrap up or not.
Before we do
I
that.
actually expected somebody to end the thing.
Before
Do we
do
want to
that,
rate this episode?
Don't end it yet. Don't end it yet, because you want your fans to do what's best. You want the Nerd Fight fans to have the best that they can have. And some of them have businesses and websites that they want to make. And you want to make sure that they're taken care of. So I'm sure you tell them this, Dorkknight. They need to go to youtube.com/Lore Reloaded and check out the most recent video. On there, there's going to be a link to GoDaddy Arrow. On GoDaddy Arrow, they can create their own websites. And it'll do all of the stuff for them. Click the link.
Whoa. No, first of all, dickhead, I thought you were going to send people to my website, dorkknightdesigns.com.